I won Best BR Sports Picks. He's Mike Brenner. I'm Peter Loshak. We are the Odds Couple. You can read SportsbookReview.com. This is the College Basketball Odds Couple show for Friday, March 24th. We're going to cover the second set of the Sweet 16 games now, and also maybe give some picks from some of the
Is March Madness wearing off, Pete, or is it?
No, it's still there. It's still there. It's still there. I mean, yesterday that Oregon game could have gone either way.
Wow.
Right?
Well, you were right. That was a great call on yours.
Went down to the last shot, and they just missed the last shot.
With that teaser thing you were talking about right now, it's playing out so far for you, and I like that. And before we get too far ahead of ourselves, to the viewers out there, guys, we give you out free picks and everything. We want you to do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button and also hit that like button on the videos. All right, that's all we ask, and I think it's worth every bit of it. And I'm damn sure glad Ross Benjamin's going to be joining us again today.
Ross Benjamin from RBWins.com is going to be joining us. Ross Benjamin's going to give us a one underdog pick from the 4 Friday games today, right, Ross?
I am.
All right. Well,
thank you for having me again, guys.
All right.
Absolutely.
Let's start with Mike Brenner. So far, we have, aside from the teasers that we gave out, mine is still alive. We haven't actually given any official picks in the videos for these games yet. Is there anything you want to add just to start things off?
Yeah, I'm actually going to be putting 4 plays in.
4 plays.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, why don't we start go to Ross Benjamin, see what his underdog play is. I think there's no way it's going to be Butler. I don't think it's going to be South Carolina. I think it's going to be Wisconsin. I think that's what his.
You know what?
What do you think?
I think you're right. I think you're right. I think it is. But no, you know what? I don't hear anything on the other end. I think we're wrong.
It's either going to be Wisconsin or South Carolina, but I'm going to go
with. Could be Kentucky.
No. My prediction is Wisconsin. Ross Benjamin, that's your underdog pick for today?
It's Kentucky.
Well, Pete, no matter what it is, it's got to be better than yesterday because kudos to you guys. You had the other side there. So anyway, my pick's going to be on Butler.
Oh, okay. Plus 7.5.
I know that North Carolina looks awfully good, and when they're on their A game, they're going to be difficult to beat, just like Kansas. Well, I look at Butler when they've had to step up in class this year, especially in non-conference play. Perfect 6-0 before the NCAA tournament began against non-conference teams that are in the tournament, including wins over Northwestern, Vandy, Arizona, Cincinnati, Vermont, and Bucknell. Then you also add in the fact they won at Utah, they knocked off Indiana, and then during their Big East schedule, they played Villanova twice, a defending national champion, and beat them on both occasions. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to go out on a limb and predict an outright upset here, but I just think that Butler's got the kind of style that could really give North Carolina a little bit of difficulty and stay within this pretty sizable number. So I'm going to take Butler here plus the 7.5.
All right, plus 7.5. Yeah, my concern is just they lack size and depth in the front court. If they are great from threes, and they shot great from three against Middle Tennessee State, but that wasn't a fluke. They are legitimately that great. And once again, absolutely, they beat Villanova twice, and that is no fluke.
But once again, guess what? Me and Ross Benjamin, we're going head-to-head, and that's one of my best buddies right there. But at the end of the day, one of us is going to take that bookie's money. Pete, I'm all over this thing head-to-head, all over it. I don't even think this thing's going to be close. I think this is a 10-point or more win. I know they beat Nova, but Nova really showed their they depended too much on one player. Bottom line, all right, Josh Hart. I just think right now North Carolina sees the light. They see the opportunity, and they also watched what Kansas did. All right, I think this is going to get ugly early and often. I'm going to be on this 3 ways. Okay. I want to work the first half, the full game, and the team total for the North Carolina Tar Heels.
For the full game, we can give you a -7, -111. That's a pinnacle line. For the first half, we can give you -4, -108.
Love it.
And the team total for UNC would be 80.
Yes.
You want to take 80 over.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go up, which I think is probably my favorite play of the day, I think, is going to be the first half under 72 -108. I do think that at least for the first half, Butler's going to try to slow things down and keep a modest pace. And so I'm going to take the first half under 72 in this one.
You know what, Pete, if I could interject, I mean, you're onto something because Butler, their last 3 games, 49 field goal attempts or less. So, I mean, that really qualifies as an extremely slow pace they've been playing at.
And for them to get the win, they're going to have to do that. Yes. And they can do that. They've shown that they can do that. I just really think the depth is going to play out here on the other side. And I think something tells me coaching's going to win this damn thing.
And, and the other thing is North Carolina, the best offensive rebounding team in the country. They're averaging 13. But Butler, by the way, 24th in the nation in defensive rebounding out of 359 teams. They only allow 7 per game. So that'll be a key, Mike.
Yeah.
If,
There's no doubt.
Carolina has their way on the offensive boards, you're right. This game can get ugly. My bet is that Butler when they step up in class, they're so fundamentally sound that I just like them to stay inside this number. We'll see.
Well, of course, and as always, 3-point shooting and foul situations will be the X factors in this game, which will play a huge role in who covers here.
Yeah.
But
and Butler also saw what Xavier did, and they said, "By God, we're every damn bit as good as them, and we can get this done." So no, they're going to bring every bit of it, and they're going to leave it on the court, no doubt. And my hat's off to both teams. But God, I feel like it's that Kansas game
there
again.
You have it, head to head. Now let's move on to South Carolina Baylor in the UAger bracket thing that we've been doing. I gave Baylor as at minus 165 to win, and Baylor, I just think that what's going on?
No, I want that poll. I'm talking about a 10-foot pole, baby. That's a Brenner pole.
Look, I think that Baylor beat USC. They beat them outright, despite the fact that USC shot well from the free throw line, from 2-point range, from 3-point range, and South Carolina hit a bunch of threes against Duke, which is not like them. I think more likely than not they come back down to earth offensively, and if they do, I really don't think that they're gonna get a win here. So it's just minus 165. I thought that was a good play, and I will give it. It's actually down to minus 160 at Pinnacle. I'll add that on Baylor minus 160.
Wow. I like that. Pete, for me,
I
that's a
add in,
10-foot pole, baby, for real. That
Yeah,
game.
I mean, the only thing I'll add in is I like what Pete's saying. I mean, if you look at the first 2 games of this NCAA tournament that South Carolina played, they were played in Greenville, South Carolina, which is 100 miles from their campus.
Yeah.
Virtually those were home games for them, so we'll see what they're made of tonight.
Yeah, I'll also throw on the first half, minus 1.5, minus 110. Throwing on that one as well. All right, now let's move on to UCLA, Kentucky. Mike Brenner, you and I have both given the opinion that we're vaguely high on UCLA when it was a pick 'em. Now it's up to a 1 or 1.5 market wide. I'm still feeling that way, although neither one of us has given an official pick on this one yet. Are you going to go for it?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to give the full game UCLA. I'm sticking to my guns, Pete. All right, they lead the nation in points, 90 a game. Literally, they shoot 52%. They have 21.6 assists, and that leads the nation. They're bringing this in, and that's not because of a one-and-done team. All right, Kentucky, all due respect, the one-and-dones, I think they're going to get outmanned underneath, and I also think that the youth from Kentucky is going to get tired out. You got an experienced team coming in here, and the way that Alfred I keep talking about it, in that press conference, he said, I believe we're moving forward. He said, I'm not being cocky. I'm just telling you, this team believes. I think they go and get the win, and I think that's why that line jumped. I think they win by 3 or more.
All right, I'm going to hold off on it, but we will give you minus 110.
And I do want Ross's thoughts on that.
Here? Yeah, I mean, the UCLA, these teams have met each of the last 2 seasons, including this year in Lexington. UCLA wins at Lexington by 5. And that game really wasn't as close as the final score may indicate. Kentucky hit some threes at the end of that contest, and the UCLA missed some free throws that made it closer than the game really was. In those 2 contests the last 2 years, UCLA shoots 53% in one game, 52.8% in the other, 43.5 and 45.5 from 3-point range.
Wow.
I agree with you, gentlemen.
Yeah, I do. And I think the fact that they did beat them in Lexington, they're going into this with nothing but confidence, and they're not being overconfident. They just know, hey, we know how to beat this team, so we're just going to beat them like we did.
All right, then Wisconsin
plays a big role too. I agree with you, Mike. I mean, they got all 5 returning starters back, plus they added Lonzo Ball.
I can't stand it. Give me the first half too, Pistol Pete.
All right, let me see.
I'm not kidding you.
First half will be minus a half, minus 113.
I'm all over. Thank you, Ross.
Minus a half, minus 113.
Pull that trigger, baby.
All right, and now Wisconsin, Florida. You have anything about that one? It's going to be a pass for me, although I did include them on my teaser. I think it's going to be a close game. You have anything about that one, Mike Brenner,
I think it's going to be like the Oregon-Michigan battle, just like that, and I
right.
think you really broke that down good with Oregon. So, how about you, Ross?
Yeah, I agree. I think this is a nip and tuck game all the way. Wisconsin, 3 players right now, 3 players in their starting lineup that have Final Four experience. So, Florida, though, I think is a little more athletic. Wisconsin, a little more disciplined. This game, to me, right down to the wire, guys.
Yeah, me too.
All right, and I'll just quickly add on from tomorrow, from Saturday's card, St. Peter's Pick'em minus 115. I'm liking that one, and that's about it for now. I'll add some more tomorrow probably.
We're going to do those.
We're going to do a show tomorrow. Yeah. All right, that just about wraps it up. Ross Benjamin, rbwins.com is his website. Tell us a little bit about that before we let you go.
Yeah, rbwins.com, like Pete said, you could find me there. That's where all my games I give out are games I personally wager on myself and my paying clients receive. You could also call me, 781-571-0299. Folks, right now at my website, $3.99 for the rest of basketball, including right through the NBA Finals and the NCAA tournament and the other tournaments that we have going on right now in college basketball. If you call me, I accept all major credit cards. You tell me that you heard me on the Odds Couple show on SBR, I'll drop that price to $2.99. That's rbwins.com, 781-571-0299.
All right. Thanks so much.
Pay a
Ross
little
Benjamin.
to make a lot, baby.
Yeah,
All right.
baby.
We'll talk to you tomorrow, Ross Benjamin. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Ross.
Well, this episode of The Odds Couple is over. But if you give us a like and click SBR's logo at the bottom of the screen to subscribe, then you'll get all the upcoming videos as soon as they come out. And don't forget to take advantage of our website. There's free picks, live betting lines, and sportsbook reviews and ratings guides, and a whole lot more. Check it out now.